Good morning, children. Let us continue with this lesson, computers. So now let us say about the types of computers. Already you have learned about hardware, software and all those things, isn't it? Now let us say about types of computers. Computers can be broadly divided into four types. So in computers you can have four types of computers. So they are supercomputers, mainframe computers, mini computers and microcomputers. The different types of computers differ in their size and capability. The storage and the size, everything will differ. So based on that they have given these four types of computers. Now let us say about supercomputers. So what are supercomputers? Are the largest computers. Supercomputers are the largest computers which are made up of thousands of microprocessors. So they are made up of small microprocessors, but how many are there? There are thousands of microprocessors. So I told you about CPU, where it's called the processing unit. In that there will be so many microprocessors. They are used to perform extremely complex calculations such as aircraft simulation and weather forecasting. So for that they use supercomputers, not the normal computers what you use at home. Okay, so this is specially used for making what? Aircraft simulation. Aircraft, such a big aircraft they have to make now. For how to assemble all those things, how to make all those things. For that designing, they use this supercomputers. So for aircraft simulation and weather forecasting throughout the state, first of all city, then state, then throughout India. For all this, what happens? How is the weather? How is the climatic condition? They want to see now. For that reason, they use this supercomputers. Understood? Now let us see the second one, mainframe computers. Mainframe computers are powerful and expensive computers used mainly by large organizations for processing of bulk data. There are large organizations. Now, for example, Google and YouTubers and all means that throughout the world they use it, isn't it? They have to use more and more storage, and it has to reach to everyone. So for that they use this mainframe computers are powerful and expensive. It's very costly computers used mainly by large organizations, big organizations, big industries for processing of bulk data. Too much of data is there. Then they use this mainframe computers. Mini computers. Mini computers are smaller and less expensive than the mainframes. Mini computers, normal the computers what we use, they are called as mini computers. It's not that much expensive, it's not that costly. Then mainframes are costly. Supercomputers still costly. Understood? So than mainframes. In recent times, they are referred to as small or mid-sized servers. Now, what they are called as? They are called as small or mid-sized servers. They are largely used for file handling, engineering computations, transaction processing, and database management. For what we are using now? What for we are using that? We are using it for file handling. You have to keep separate files. Means you are not taking your normal physical files and keep there. In that itself, you are going to create files, and in the files you are going to store the data. Okay, whatever the files you want, you can just take it directly from the desktop and collect all the data. So they are largely used for file handling, engineering computations. In engineering, computation means calculations. In engineering, there is different types of calculations for that. And transaction processing. Transaction processing means now from bank. You want to draw money, you have to deposit money, all these transactions will go on now. The transaction computation or processing is also done in main computers. And database management. Database management means whatever the documents you are going to prepare, all this data has to be managed, it has to be stored, and whenever you want you can use it. That is called as database management. Coming to the fourth one is a microcomputer. It is a computer with a microprocessor as its central processing unit. So CPU is a microprocessor In supercomputers, you are using so many microprocessors. Yes, no, it's not like that. So the microprocessor as its central processing unit, it is smaller than a mainframe and a mini computer. So microcomputer is smaller than the mainframe computer and the micro. See, it is smaller than a mainframe and a mini computer. The personal computer is a kind of microcomputer. The PCs, what we are using for a school purpose, for your household purpose, that is called as a personal computer, PC. So the PCs or personal computer is a kind of microcomputer. As the name implies, it is intended to be used by one person at a time. So the microcomputer can be used by only one person. One time, only one person can use it. Desktops, laptops, handheld computers, tablet PCs are belonging to this class of personal computers, which all we use. Individually we are using now. Which all that? Desktops means the normal, I told you, I showed you the computer in the first class, isn't it? That one, desktop computer, laptops, which you can carry wherever you want in a bag, isn't it? That is laptops. Handheld computers means small computers are there. Tablet, you have heard of tablet PCs. Tablet personal computer just like mobile, but it's little bigger than the mobile, than the normal mobile. It is little bigger size. So tablet PCs all belong to the class of personal computers, PCs we call. Now applications of computer: banking, education, retailing, communication. Name any field and you will find that computers are used in it. So for banking purpose you use computer. Education, for retailing means in the shops. You buy something, for example marts, marts and malls. What they do? They use this retailing computers. And for communication, you are in different places, you want to communicate to each other, for that also you are using these computers. So name any field and you will find that computers are used in it. As a computer can store, retrieve and process huge accounts of information at a very high speed, it is ideal to use a computer to reduce manual effort and to increase work efficiency. So manually if you have to go on doing writing means it takes such a long time. You have everything you can type on the computer, you can store it and keep. Whenever you want, you can again re-look into that. Is called as retrieving. So you are using these computers. See, it is ideal as a computer can store, retrieve and process huge accounts of information at a very high speed. You can get it very high speed. You give some information, immediately it gives you if you give instruction, it will give you information, isn't it? So here it is used for accounts of information at a very high speed. It is ideal to use in a computer to reduce manual effort. Manual effort means you should go on taking paper, take a pen, you have to write, all those things. So that all can be reduced. And to increase work efficiency, and it will be neat. Now for example, your handwriting is not good means people cannot see. But here it is a print, everybody can see it. Now computers are used in schools for administration tasks like keeping record of students. In schools what all we use for what purpose we use computer? It is to keep our records of students, teachers, admissions, then fee details. For fee details, for all this purpose we use computers where? In the schools. They are also used extensively for training purposes. Extensively for training purpose. Now you have got a seminar, you have to train people there. About 50 people have to be trained by one person. What they do? They will have a main computer and then the side computers will be given to them, or they will have a screen. Through that they got explaining. So for training purpose also they use these computers. They are also used extensively for training purposes. Nowadays, ticket reservation for a bus, train and flight are mostly done using computers. If you want to make a reservation, you want to go to some places, some cities, some countries, what you do? You go for a ticket reservation through computers. It is done. Okay. Then computers are used extensively in the banking sector, especially for transactions. I told you, for transaction of your money in banking system also they use this computers. They help in speeding up banking transactions, so they do it faster. From you are depositing money in one bank and you want to draw from other bank means that can be done because of core banking. What is that? It is easy for you to draw money or to deposit money wherever you are. Okay, so easily you can do that. Today, many banking tasks like depositing or withdrawing cash, checking account details and transferring amount from one account to another can be done via ATMs. What is ATMs? Automatic teller machine. Automatic teller machine, ATMs. Through ATMs you can draw money, you can deposit money, you can transfer money, you can transact money. All this can be done through ATMs. It is automatic teller machine, where computers have efficiently replaced human effort. So if there is no human beings going and doing, everything is done by machines. That is especially computers. If there is ATM is there, you can see that picture. Computers help businesses to maintain, track and predict sales, profits, cost, etc. So if you go to mart or mall, you just give them the products, whatever you are purchasing, you give them, they just make a bill and give you, Are they calculating? They are not calculating. Just they are going to put that barcode, they will scan it, immediate automates, it catches everything and it will give a total. So you have to pay the money and how much money has to come back to you, what the changes has to come back, even that also will be calculated on the computer. So easily it can be done and very fast. See, computers help businesses to maintain, track and predict sales, profits, cost, etc. This brings in more accuracy in the maintenance of company accounts. So it will be very easily done. Even each paise also will be calculated so clearly. Then computers are used in transportation to track and control traffic, not only on land but also in water and air. So it is used GPS system, what you call, So you can track the transportation things through not only on land, even in water as well as air, even in the air part also, aerial. The navigation assistance systems installed in automobiles provide drivers with directions to reach their destination. GPS system in schools also you can see. If you are going by van, your parents can observe it from their house itself through mobiles. They can, if they have got that GPS system, what they can do, they can access from where they are, in what spot you are, everything can be traced. So computers are used in industries to control the production of resources very precisely. Accurately can get the, what is the control of production. If it is 10,000 tons exactly it will come, like that it is. So computers are used in industries to control the production of resources very precisely. The machinery in industries is largely controlled by computers, making the production process more reliable, faster as well as cheaper. See, if you want to produce certain things, you have to design that application and just install that in the computers. Now for example, you have to make a handicraft, you have to make some craft on the doors. So you are going to design that door, and what is the type of craft you have to do. I am giving an example. What is the type of craft you have to put on that, and that will be designed and put in the computer. And that will be connected to the door, the machines, it will be connected to the machine, and the machine will have the needles or whatever it is, isn't it? And that will be put on the door, a plain wooden piece it is. Now, when you just give an instruction to the computer, it will give the instruction to that machine, whatever the machine is, it will give an instruction to that, and the machine will just make that craft work on the door. See, you don't have to sit and do it yourself. It will be done by the computer and the machine which is connected to the computer. It's like robot. You have seen the robot, isn't it? Like that it will work. So computers are also used extensively in retailing. Retailing means what? To calculate the amount. You must have observed the striped barcodes present on each product in a supermarket, be it jam or wheat flour. You have seen the barcode will be there on every packets. What the people do there? The billers, what they do? They take the packet, just show that barcode to the computer. that scanner or computer to the scanner, immediately it will scan, and whatever the amount is there, it will come on monitor of your computer. So fast it will be done. You don't have to sit and see what it is and all that, nothing. You just show that barcode to the scanner, scanner will scan it, and then it will be immediately passed on to the computers, and what is the rate of it. So you must have observed the striped barcodes present on each product in a supermarket, be it jam or wheat flour. These barcodes are read by computer scanners at the billing counter to determine the prices of the products, manage stock, and produce a detailed receipt of the products purchased. So all that will be done. Whatever big things you are buying also, so many things you are buying also, everything will be done by scanning the product through the barcode. Now, in the field of medicine, computers assist doctors in diagnosing as well as in monitoring the disease of a patient. See, in hospitals also, these computers are used for assisting doctors in diagnosing as well as diagnosing what type of disease it is. They will see. You would have seen if there is some serious problem with the spinal or something like that, they'll say no, or to the brain. Doctors will advise to go for MRI scanning. What is MRI scanning? So wherein this person is put into a scanner, and the scanner will start reading exactly what is happening inside the body. So like that, so it is helping in diagnosing the disease as well as monitoring the disease of a patient. So it will done. You have seen now, see this type of machine will be there, wherein you can see the pulse rate, no, the level of oxygen which is passed on, everything, and then you can see this movement or that is heartbeat, pulse rate, heartbeat, everything can be observed on the monitor because it is connected with the computer. Understood? Then computers are also used in hospitals for administrative purposes like making appointments and managing patients. So to make the appointment also through your computer, you can just take an appointment. On this day, at this time, I want an appointment. I want to meet such and such doctor also. Everything can be done through computers. So computers in the field of medicine, it will be like this. I don't know whether you observed. So on the monitor, everything comes about the patient. Now, internet. The network that connects millions of computers around the world is known as the internet. So, what is happening? The network that connects millions of people around the world. From here, your cousin is somewhere in America. Now you have to talk to that cousin. Through internet you can do, through Skype. You can just talk to him. You can even see him. Not only talk, you can see him. You can observe him. Understood? So he can also see you. You are here in India, he is in America, but still you are able to see. So that is called as the internet. The network that connects millions of computers around the world is known as internet. The internet has impacted our society in a big way. Now everybody, including a small child, you can see with the internet. So the internet has impacted our society in a big way. It resulted in the creation of a global environment, bringing the people of the world closer and closer. So everybody are seeing each other, communicating with each other. So what happens? They are bringing the people together. Using the internet, we can share information with a person anywhere in the world. In India, we have a government organization known as BSNL. What is this BSNL? Videshi Sanchar Nigam Limited. There is BSNL also, Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited. No, like that we have got BSNL, Videshi Sanchar Nigam Limited. We can get the internet facility through the satellite of this organization. Okay? In BSNL, it is through India. This is for even to different countries. The information shared via internet can be in the form of messages, emails, graphics, images, pictures, and videos among others. So many things you can see in the computers. The term email stands for electronic mail. Means you are not sending letter, writing and sending a letter as like in the post office how you are doing earlier. No. Now everything is through computers. You should have an email ID and the person to whom you are sending also should have a mail ID. electronic mail or email, which means that the mail is sent electrically through the internet. However, the sender, the receiver, both must have their own email address or email ID. Okay, identity. ID is identity. Some examples of popular email service providers are Yahoo, Hotmail, Gmail, etc. Instant messaging, that is IM, is a form of communication between two or more people using shared software clients, say as Yahoo, MSN, Gmail, etc. It is a real-time direct text-based communication over the internet. Some of the software clients also allow voice or video messaging. Sometimes you see voice message you get. They don't call you. You can get a ringing sound, but when you just on, what happens? You immediately get a voice message. The person will not be there and you are not talking. It will be recorded and kept. So that voice message will come, and if whoever is connected with that, they all will get that voice message at a time. So many people can get that voice message at a time. So that is that a voice message. And video messaging. Video messaging means what? Wherein you are able to see the things. Voice is only to hear. Video means you are able to see what is there inside. The picturized form. It is in the picturized and especially the sound form. Both picturized and sound form, both you can able to see in the video messages. Apart from sharing information, the internet is a huge resource of information. So internet is nothing but it is a huge information resource. Means now if you want to see the dictionary, you want to see any word, that is available. You want to see about the different types of rivers, it is available. You want to see the people of different states, it is available. Everything is in your fingertip. So throughout the world, any information you want, everything you get through internet. So apart from sharing information, the internet is a huge resource of information. Search engines provide like Google. So you know search. If you give search and you give the information what you want, everything will get it. You just instruct, this is what I want. Okay, and then you give for search. So immediately it will search and tell you this is what is the information you wanted. So here you see, search engines by providing like Google and Yahoo allow us to search for any information to our interest. One can search for any type of information on the internet, business or academic addition. The internet is also a huge source of entertainment. So internet is a huge source of entertainment. Why entertainment? You can see any dance, you can see any music, you can see any songs, anything, anybody. Everything is available now. So it is a source of entertainment. And people, and especially children, they are very much interested with the games. So it is also a source of entertainment. Users worldwide enjoy online games, videos and music on it. So online games, videos and music, everything is available. Even the picture, your films, everything is there. World Wide Web, www. The www is an integral part of the internet. Okay, the www is an integral part of the internet. The www pages are all linked through hyperlink. A text hyperlink is usually underlined. You see HTTP they have given, HTTP and then slash and then colon, everything will be there. You would have seen that. So that is nothing what we call it as hyperlink. So a text hyperlink is usually underlined. When we map the mouse over a hyperlink, it changes to the shape of a hand. You would have seen the shape of a hand will come like this or something it comes. So that shape of the hand, yeah. So what happens there? The shape of a hand, and when we click on a hyperlink, we are taking to a different page. So you will be going to a different page. Okay. So in your book also you can see previous, top, next and all will come. When you just play with the computers or when you are on computers, you can see there will be previous. The backward arrow mark will be there, stop there will be round, and again forward arrow mark will be there, backward, forward. So forward means if you just if you click on that, there will be a hand figure there. If you just click on that, what happens? It immediately goes to next page. If you are coming to previous one, the backward one, you will go to the previous page. When you are pressing to the next page, what happens? You have to press on the forward arrow mark. Forward and previous arrow marks if you do, you can go either previous page or you can go to the next page. Forward is for next, backward is for previous. So a text hyperlink is usually underlined. When we match the mouse over a hyperlink, it changes to the shape of a hand, and when we click on a hyperlink, we are turning to a different page. So we are just jumping to a different page. The web-like feature of WWF connects millions of pages of information that can be in the form of the graphics, sounds, videos, etc. So if you go on playing with this internet, you can see different graphics. You can play with that. You can also create it, graphics. So animations and all, if you just go on learning, you can create things. So graphics, sounds, you can create sounds, you can create videos. All this is through the WWF. WWW, that is called as World Wide Web. Through this, you can access anything throughout the world. Understood? So let me stop it here. We'll continue in the next class. Thank you.